Time's up, Admiral.
Here it comes.
Here we are, a little bit late because I just needed my bestest buddy to be here.
Yeah.
I couldn't start without him because we have to understand this episode is about one thing and one thing only.
They're eating the dogs.
Yeah.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
They are eating the dogs.
I'm so glad this is the end.
Is this the end?
Yes, this
It
is
is.
it.
It's over.
It's
There were
over.
supposed to be 8 episodes. That's what we heard forever. That's why we were predicting more episodes last week. Like our viewership predictions from last week, they're worthless now.
Yeah.
'Cause we would have made entirely different predictions if we knew there was 1 episode left.
Yeah, I swear I remember I was being told there'd be 8 episodes for 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we were all told because there was enough time for 8 episodes of the Disney contract.
Mm-hmm.
So there
So-
are episodes left in the Disney contract that they're not utilizing.
Yeah, unless the Christmas special next year
Oh.
counts.
Maybe that's why they cut it down. They're like, hey, can we get a few specials out of you?
Yeah.
Bring them along a little bit.
Well, who knows? Anyway, hello everybody. Welcome to our final Doctor Who Cares reviews for at least a year, unless something happens that we don't know about. But we generate this show, this panel, when there is Doctor Who shows to watch, and I asked the question: what the hell was this series even about?
I don't know.
Don't litter.
Don't litter.
I
That's
think
guess.
that was the plot.
I think
I
that's
guess.
all that you got because think about it. We were all convinced that there was 3 more episodes after this.
Mm-hmm.
All I can tell is that there's a lot of anti pollution bullshit going on. If you litter, they're gonna shoot you,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and genocide.
Well, and just the assassination of Kate Lethbridge Stewart. This episode, this series is the assassination of the character of Kate Lethbridge Stewart. This is not the character we liked from Doctor Who. No way, shape, or form.
Well, what sucks about that is this was originally pitched as a unit show. So in the original iteration of this show, it was her show. And then they made it about Barkley instead.
Yeah,
Some
yeah.
rando.
Some simp, some crying cuck simp.
Who betrays his own species to get some of that fish. I don't know what you'd call it. Cloaca. They kept
I don't know.
reinforcing the non-standard genitalia. So.
And just
Fish
waiting
tail?
for it to true out again. I was so disappointed it didn't true out.
Just
when they made
happened
it.
once randomly and meant nothing. I think it
Yeah.
was just a virtue signal.
Exactly. This entire episode had virtue signal because I think RTD has brain damage. Everything was
Hey,
everything.
do that to you.
Everything in this episode contradicted itself. I mean, here's how I look at it, and correct me if I'm wrong, if I misinterpreted this. The Sea Devils, I'm not going to play their fucking pronoun games. The Sea Devils,
Racist.
yeah. The Sea Devils, it revealed, were always planning to melt the ice caps and flood the world.
They
They were-
get the science of that incorrectly. They
Mhm.
mentioned that if they melted Antarctica, the primary chemical that would get put into the atmosphere is carbon. The dangerous one would actually be methane. That
Yeah.
would be the big one. And that's a short-lived
Well-
greenhouse gas. Would only affect us for 10 or so years.
Remember, carbon is their boogeyman for
Mhm.
climate science. For climate science, carbon's the boogeyman, even though carbon is a building block of fucking life.
Building block of life and essential to our the life cycle of our atmosphere.
Yeah,
Plants need it. We need to expel it.
Or carbon-based life forms.
Kind of important.
Yeah.
But they just kept talking about how we're water-based life forms. That was the important
where
thing to
I'm
remember.
60% water, man.
Question:
Yeah.
did all those people die at the end that had magic water attack them?
I don't know.
or-
I don't know. I was it a flash
I
forward?
doubt
Was it a
Russell could
possibility?
answer that question. This is a fugue state. I agree with you. Russell has brain damage. He never went to any effort to explain anything that happened. Like we read about him, and I think we talked about it in the very first show for this, that he thought every writer wants to be able to tackle climate change, and he was so happy to finally have that opportunity, which isn't true, first and foremost, but that was his perspective on the show the entire time. How much climate change stuff that can we shove into this? And the plot wasn't even secondary. It was tertiary, barely considered. It was a jut to prop up the climate change.
I mean, there are a number of things, and honestly, I can't remember anymore. It's been a busy mentally for me 3 weeks since we started this. I've had a lot on my plate, both YouTube and real life wise, so my brain's a little jumbled. But we made a list of things saying, "Will this be answered? Will that be answered?" Nothing was ever answered or explained, was it? Nothing.
Apparently, they all wanted their technology the entire time.
Yeah,
Which, I mean, we deduce just logically, but
Yeah.
they didn't tell us until now.
Yeah.
There are so many episodes on the cutting room floor. That's what we were talking about earlier. We're shocked that it finished this soon because it's clear it wasn't meant to. There was probably a episode that
An
focused on
actual
the
war?
Severance-
An actual war?
fucking war. The Severance trying to get this technology. The Severance getting their hands on a Homo amphibus to make their bioweapon. They skipped over all that. This is the most anticlimactic shit I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It just happens. Like this is a war that had 2 phases. Fish threw garbage at humans. Humans genocided fish.
I'm
That's
okay with the
entire
genocide.
fucking war.
I'm okay with the genocide. I am.
To be fair,
They asked for it.
the Doctor
did.
Who universe used to have like all this hope and joy and a better tomorrow on the horizon. As it stands right now, I'm ready for it all just to die. Mass genocide across the board. Everybody was awful. There was no likable characters.
None. Okay.
Although the fish people get it first because they ate our dogs. Yes, that is legitimately a problem.
You ate our. It's like you ate the fish. They're our family. No, they're food. Only the Chinese consider dogs food. The rest of us, they're pets and companions. But talking about,
they were saying fish were family.
That's what I'm saying.
The Homo
Fish are family.
amphibus was thinking fish are
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
Dogs
Because
are
they're all
also
connected
family.
with a hive mind, and they just kind of threw out there like, yeah, there's totally a fish hive mind. Didn't go anywhere.
We want to talk about hating characters. They made you hate Kate Lethbridge Stewart. She's sitting there in that psychologist's office, and because she won't give her more drugs, she says, "I'm going to destroy your family by telling your husband his daughter isn't his."
She's awful.
What the fuck?
She's a horrible human being, and she's telling prime ministers and presidents what to do. She thinks she's queen of the fucking universe.
I go back to when she was first introduced into New Who, and we were all going, "Hey, this is great." It's respect to the colonel. This is great. And then her dad came back as Cylon form. That was so cool. You know, I knew you'd be here for me when I needed you. And even though she was at odds with the doctors in some things, but she still was a great character. But then suddenly we enter Shooty Who, and she's horrific. And she's incompetent.
She was incompetent, but she was usually the greatest actor on the scene. Now she's just awful.
Yeah.
Like pure evil. There's nothing redeeming about her anymore.
No.
She's willing to kill a man for throwing a bottle on the ground.
Yeah, what was that? And Jed, you talked about it. RTD put out a tweet saying, "Oh, you guys are gonna love this final moment. It's great. It shapes the story so perfectly. It's groundbreaking."
I actually have it pulled up if you want to
All right,
read
pull
the
it up.
exact
Pull it up.
language.
Pull it up. Let's see what Brain Damage had to say.
While I pull this off, I just want to say with Kate, I see her as the Doctor always held her to the mark. There were times where she was faltering, like in the Zygon invasion in season, what was it, 9, where she was willing to either exterminate the Zygons or blow up London in hopes of wiping out the Zygon. But the Doctor held her true. When Kate doesn't have a good doctor, Shooty, she turns into a mirror of the Doctor, which He's an awful human being who let people die and genocided people without a thought in the world. So I think it's consistent. She's still mirroring the Doctor, held to the mark.
That's an
the
interesting
Doctor's moral
point.
code just shifted into vile evil, so her moral code shifted to vile evil as well.
That is a fascinating perspective, and I like it.
I do too.
Yeah.
I
I
like
think
it.
it's still consistent writing unintentionally, so I'm sure they think she's still a paragon of virtue. But I agree, she was a fantastic character. The Brigadier in Classic Who, he's my favorite character in Classic Who, even more so than some of the Doctors. Like, he was phenomenal in Classic Who. And she was never to that level in New Who, but she was still a great character, a great guest star to bring in. Zygon Invasion is one of the best examples of it. But even in the 50th anniversary with the Black Archive is a great concept that they just
Forgotten.
occasionally.
Forgotten. And all right, so here we go.
Yeah. So Russell T Davies on the Whoniverse show said, keep watching at the very end as the titles roll. It's not the Doctor appearing. That doesn't happen. There's an in-story event. You've got to keep watching right to the end. And there's the most sensational scene right at the end. So I read this and think, oh shit, something's going to go down. They're going to set up the Christmas special or something like that. Or it's going to be a big moment. It'll be on par with the show, exciting for the events of the show.
Yeah.
It was underwhelming. It was horrifying. It was bizarre and made me hate Kate more than nearly any other character in the Whoniverse as a whole.
What was really annoying to me was just like what Kate did was out of character and made her just a psychotic monster, but also nobody's actually gonna do what it is that guy did. Nobody's
just
running
tossing a bottle on the
just
beach
to touch a bottle.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that actually happening, but
especially in front of
about
somebody. Oh God.
Since we're talking about the moment, so
there it is.
The titles roll with Barclay. So do we want to do a quick recap of the episode for people?
We might as well. All right.
Okay,
So,
I can do it very, very quickly.
Do it. I'm coughing too
Barclay
much.
starts out in house arrest, having to check his food. Everyone wants him dead because he seemingly betrayed the human race. But for some reason, his guard gave him a device that turns off the camera and lets him out every night. Every night, he rushes to the ocean, screams Salt's name, hoping that the fish person would be able to hear. Yes, fish person, not fish woman. We would be able to hear him.
Because whale song could be heard for miles.
Because whale song can be heard for miles. And eventually it does work. And there's going to be a path to peace. Everything's going to be great. And then suddenly the sea devils are cropping up dead all over the ground, all over the world for virtually no reason whatsoever. Salt comes back to the negotiation table. It's like, hey, you genocided us. Only 1 in 10 of us survive. Luckily, I'm one of those.
We're so scared of you.
And
we're
frightened. So terrified of the human race. You guys are monsters. And the human race is like, hey, do you want to move to the Marianas Trench and we'll guard your borders? And she's like, yeah, we'll do it as long as you call it what it is, a hunting ground. We're prepared for you to hunt us into extermination.
Humans bad. Humans
bad. And then as they're leaving that event, Barclay and Kate Stewart get a phone call that Barclay, he's been turning into a fish. So he decides to abandon his family, his daughter, and go live with Salt in the polluted ocean at the bottom of the Marianas Trench, where they will be swiftly exterminated by sportsmen. And then Kate sees a runner on the beach who drinks the last of his water, throws the plastic bottle on the beach, and she decides to do this, as you can see in the image. She takes out her gun and starts screeching like a harpy, pick it up. She is fully prepared to murder someone for littering a single bottle, because that's a lesson she learned for some reason from the events of the show. I didn't see her learning that lesson. If anything, she would be, as we saw with the Zygon invasion, kind of be on board with the genocide if it saved the human race. But she doesn't actually do anything of note in this series. She has no action, no agency. She's just standing there as her new Pakistani boyfriend is gunned down.
Yeah.
She's just standing there while negotiations happen, everyone ignoring her, trying to force the prime minister to do things, but obviously she has no control of the prime minister. This is the only decision she really makes that has a difference, is attempted murder. That's what, and
it's psychotic behavior.
Yeah, just look at her face. That is an unstable woman who, like the psychologist said, should be removed from duty. So for those of you who don't remember, her secret boyfriend was assassinated on accident while someone was trying to kill her. So she went to therapy in this episode to get more drugs. And the therapist rightly said, hey, you bitch be crazy. Go home. I'm taking you off duty. And so she blackmails the therapist to give her more drugs and say that she's fit for duty.
She says, "I'm gonna out your bastard child."
Your daughter isn't your husband's. You had sex with his best friend, and that equals daughter. I'm going to reveal the whole world that this is the truth.
This is deranged. And what I loved is when she has the montage of remembering him. Oh, I'm making you dinner. Oh, we're fighting because you want to reveal our relationship. That was not a healthy relationship.
No, and it was never set up. We never saw the relationship as anything but, man, he's young. I can take advantage of that.
Yeah,
it was very creepy.
Yeah.
It was just her sexualizing him in the workplace.
It was, you got like little glances and like they had a thing for each other, but we didn't know that they had a full-fledged relationship where they're boning essentially. We had no idea that that was actually the case. And then we get to hear where apparently this relationship that was nothing more than what looked like, hey, I want to suck you off till the end of time, is something so impactful that she has PTSD and is now willing to kill people for dropping bottles on the ground.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Russell T. Davies there's something off because everything he does is a contradiction of normal behavior. Humans are bad because these fish people threatened to not only rust our civilization into nothing, but they started melting the ice caps to drown the world. So we're bad because we struck back with a biological weapon. If that, considering the massive technology advantage that they had, them literally threatening us every 5 seconds, we're awake, we're going to wipe you out as we're taking the planet back. I'm sorry. I would have used the bioweapon too.
They started it. They sent all the plastic and all the litter from the ocean onto the land, killing people. Obviously, people died from that shit. The Titanic is now on land again. For fuck's sakes. They aren't good individuals. They are monstrous creatures that do deserve to be genocided.
They said it. They said it. We are taking this planet back from you. We're taking it back.
They killed Fido and ate him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that at the beginning of the episode, the sea devils come out of the ocean, screech in a high pitched voice, summon all the dogs.
Well, they used a conch shell to do it.
Conch shell. They summon all the dogs, trap them in nets, and then eat them.
They're eating
all
the
domesticated dogs is the implication.
They're eating the dogs.
The worst part is their justification is, well, you ate our fish, which are family. Dogs are also part of people's families. What the fuck is wrong with you?
That's what he's trying to say, is that it's an equivalent reaction.
No.
An eye for an eye type thing.
No, it isn't. It's not.
I think we need to point out this line right now. After the dog eating thing happened, they had to include this. The ambassador from Vietnam would like it on the record that taking offense at dog meat is racist. They had to throw in that Asian cultures eat dogs, and you're bad for not being okay with that.
Well, I thought it was going to be Somalian cultures, but okay.
Yeah, a lot of third world countries eat dogs.
That's why we don't really want to model ourselves after them. Just gonna say
that's why I keep saying and you guys, we've said it over and over again. There is no actual story to this. It's just one shaming lecture after another about how people are bad.
This isn't a show. It's a college course.
How did Crybaby become a fish man?
Tonguing a fish girl. I don't know. Maybe she gave it to him when we didn't see, and it started the process.
Maybe it's fish STDs.
Yeah, fish STDs.
I don't know.
There's one moment in the story though that I almost laughed. I don't know if you guys had the same reaction. At the beginning of the episode, when Barkley's receiving his food, he's got to check everything. He opens the lid on his food, and it's fish fingers.
I would say it was fish sticks, wasn't it? Yeah, it was fish sticks.
I could barely see it. I thought it was something different other than fish sticks, but I knew it was fish based, and it was like, yeah. I kind of rolled my eyes because it was. I hate this shit. Now I identify with the fish people, so I cannot eat them at all. No, fuck it, eat them. They're gonna fucking eat me. What do the fish people eat? What?
Kelp?
I was about to say kelp.
I don't. Those tranny demon creature things, whatever the hell you want to call them, those are buff. That needs protein. Kelp don't have no protein. I mean, they could be eating
Welcome.
roe.
Oh,
Oh, well.
now, what I'm going to ask it again. What was the point of this? Just to lecture us for 5 episodes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is all the point. There's no plot. There's no war in the war between the land and the sea. There's no plot. There's no character arcs. The only character
Nobody
arcs
learned
is
anything.
Insanity to insanity. Yeah,
Nobody-
no one really learned
no
anything. The
morals.
world's not different.
The only thing that we know is we finally had a sit down conversation and they mentioned the doctor again. But Kate said that the doctor only appears essentially to help us now. I can't remember what.
No. It was. I'm here to steer you, but I can't make decisions for you. I think that was.
So
the
I actually remember the line because I have to give credit to the show. I actually love this line and how it applies to all of Doctor Who. She said, "The doctor told me once, I am here to save humanity, not to mold it."
Which
I actually really like that line, and it is fairly applicable to Doctor Who. He never gets involved in politics. He never tells people what to believe or do. He just saves lives and moves on.
Until they make him president in super emergency situations.
Against his will.
Yeah.
But
They had to kidnap him to make him do it the first time.
I listened to that line, and you're right. For normal Who, that would make sense. For the normal times and everything like that, when stuff's actually good, and before modern shooty and shit like that, that would make sense. But right now, all I'm thinking is, no, the doctor, you kind of need to come down and help us. We need this. These people are awful. Because if not, I don't think anybody's going to bat an eye if they just nuke the entire world.
Well, did you
What
really?
did Severance do wrong?
That's my point. It was your only recourse. You're fighting a technologically advanced species that outmatches you, outguns you in all ways. Well, you have a biological weapon they cannot defend against. Use it. And
Severance was right that we couldn't clear up the environment in a few years. It was an unreasonable ultimatum. So just because they were concerned about the financial bottom line doesn't mean their conclusions were not accurate. Severance isn't some evil secret organization. It's a very reasonable organization. Just because they have influence over the prime minister, that's about it. And there's plenty of organizations that have influence over political figures.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
even when you
really
think
not
about
a big deal.
even when you think about the bottom line, our entire financial industry is all about trade, and they wanted to cut us off entirely from trade.
Yeah.
We would all be sent back to the Stone Age, for lack of a better term, because of the things that we weren't going to be able to accomplish. I'm lagging up. I don't know if everybody else was, but
I thought you had French fries now.
well, I do have French fries, but I don't know what was going on there. I was watching my own
Okay.
mouth, and I all of a sudden was lagging up. I don't know what was happening. Anyways, though, at the same, I forgot where I was fucking going.
Sorry.
Oh, even if we managed to do what they wanted us to do, we would still have a massive genocide. The amount of people that would have died in us trying to clean up the environment and stop all the pollution and yada, 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 we would still kill off hundreds of thousands and millions of people overnight. It's not worth it at the end of the day.
And let me ask you this, because it was mentioned. Would you really, if the doctor was going to come help out, it would have been Shooty Who. And it's sort of, because we don't know when this takes place. Is it Rose Who? We don't know anymore. And it sounds like an older doctor is going to show up. Of course, 14, but we've gone over that repeatedly during this conversation over the past 3 weeks.
And
Yeah. Oh God. Let's not open that door right now, please. Can't handle that. But this is just comes back again. The bottom line is RTD wanted to point a finger of shame at everybody and say you're bad humans. We're all terrible. And listen, when they did the whole eating the dog thing, don't tell me he wasn't trying to poke fun at when Trump said that. He wrote this way after that. No.
It's all political messaging, so
Yeah.
anything's on the table for what type of commentary he's going for.
Yeah.
It
It was boring.
I don't know
It's
what I
boring.
was
There's
supposed
no plot to talk about. I have one more plot hole to talk about, but this is a non-entity of a story.
We could talk about how Barkley cries 3 times in the episode, has to be held. First he gets yelled at by his ex-wife, and then she's holding him while he cries.
She calls him pathetic and then says you're a good dude and then
Yeah.
cries.
The writing,
because
as
a
I
pathetic
said,
man is a good man to them.
the writing's all over the place. There's nothing makes sense. It
Although she
contradicts
does make
itself.
fun of him for falling in love with a fish.
Well, rightly so.
Yeah.
And
I'm
he
sorry.
forgives his daughter for betraying him. It's okay. You had to do it. I know it's all right.
The only other plot point that makes no sense to me is when I guess Severance comes in to inject him with the virus. I guess they have the dude turning off the cameras, but then you even see on the camera that he begins running before the camera shuts off. So they're going to notice something stupid's going on there. But then the people in clean suits show up, put up a barrier of some sort in the hallway, I guess, to block off the camera.
It's a reflective thing to make it look like it's the mirror trick where you basically you just like you do that trick with aluminum foil. You do it right. You just reflect an image and it makes it look like everything's the same.
But they already did that with the camera.
They needed the scene.
It looked like a clean room to me, especially because they were wearing those hazmat suits. But then they let him walk out of there freely past the guard. It clearly wasn't designed to affect humans, so you could have just had the guard go in and stab him real quick.
Yeah, nothing made sense there.
None of it made sense. It's just
I didn't realize it wasn't until all the fish started dying that I was like, oh, he was infected with the virus.
Oh, I knew instantly that the minute he tongued her again, that was the transmission.
And for some reason, she survived. I guess this is the Typhoid Mary situation. Carrier.
Perhaps.
Maybe it's STD based again. You know, she's now subject.
Maybe she had to troot out to make it affect her. I don't know.
I'm still trying to figure out how did they drown.
Oh, their gills, their scales shed like a snake's, but for some reason the virus made it so that the shedding stopped happening, but it didn't stop the constant growth of their scales, so their gills closed over with the constant scale growth.
Okay. And I should feel bad. Why?
I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad at all.
No, here's the other sad thing. If the fish people would have won, I still probably wouldn't have felt bad.
Well, here's just a couple. I come back to this point. RTD wants you to feel bad for them at the end of this. He wants you to feel bad for fish people. Why should I? Why should I feel bad for fish people? It's not like it was a Doctor Who moment where the Doctor revealed the faults of everybody in a clever way and shows that everybody had a part to play in this. No, we saw how bad everybody was in this. There are no heroes. Everybody's a villain.
Listen, at the end of the story, all I wanted was to go to a Red Lobster. Fuck them.
If anything, this story had the inverse intended effect on me. I'm going to eat more fish, and I'm going to throw plastic bottles in the ocean.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to do that, but
no, I'm not going to actually do that.
I listen. Fish is expensive, dude. Fish is expensive, right? And I mean, well, Jed, you live in a sea border state, so you get fresh fish, not a problem. I wouldn't trust any of the fish I get around here. It ain't fresh.
You're in a sea border state.
Not really. Not where I am. I'm way inland. I'm way inland.
State.
Yeah.
Listening to the man from Kansas.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't trust calamari.
The best, I'll still eat it. I don't give a shit.
I think calamari is tasteless.
The best we got is catfish, which I'm not too fan.
I've had catfish before. It's okay.
It depends on how it's cooked.
I prefer, and I mean this without the joke. I prefer whitefish. I like a good tilapia, a good cod. That's my
salmon.
I've lost my taste for salmon. I've never
really been into fish. I think it's fine. It's just plain for me.
Well, for New Year's, I'm having surf and turf. We're getting big ass shrimp to eat with steak on for New Year's. We're gonna steam them because I got a steamer.
To be fair, I prefer shellfish over normal fish, so I will agree with that.
Well, shrimp is just a pain. I mean, it's There's a pain in the ass to clean. I used to clean shrimp for a living sometimes, and your fingers just go numb, even with gloves on, ripping out the turds. They go numb. It's a pain in the ass.
We prefer
Tasty.
to call them
pain in the ass.
veins.
No, turds.
I know.
You're ripping out the turds.
I know.
That one thing. Whenever you go shrimp, take a look. If they ain't de-shelled them and de-turded them, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't need it.
I'll risk it.
Well, you'll risk it for any biscuit, won't you?
Yeah.
Anyway, good buddy.
Especially garlic.
Good buddy.
Careful. Yeah, that was
I got it there. I got it in there. All right. So this boring ass, pointless lecture of a show. So I'll bring it to this now, just because we're not gonna stretch this out for much longer. We have nothing.
There's no way.
Yeah. So I will just say this. Here we are. Once again, I think it's been proven. R.I.P. Doctor Who. This franchise is literally dead. The closest thing they have right now is Jen mentioned it last week, not on this show, but on Ballbusters, that they've scheduled some weirdo indoctrination cartoon set for kids in UK, and then we've got this mystery Christmas special next year.
Whatever doctor they have,
we don't even know if that's the doctor. We don't know what that is because no one has confirmed it. How long has it been since that season finale? What's it been? Was that in February or March where that ended?
I couldn't tell you
because it was this year. It was this year.
Let me take a look real quick.
It was this year. I feel like it was February.
I don't think it was February. I think it was April. I think because
first part of the year.
It started because it started around the time I went to Vegas. So it was about shite.
March then? Well, it was first part of the year, first quarter.
Let me go to playlists. That will help me out. Doctor Who reviews.
I guess I can bring it up on my own thing. If I just do a search on my own page here. No, that's just bringing up current. Let's show all. Let's see.
50.
Who cares? Let's see. I've got December, April. You're right, April.
The last one would have been in
Robot Revolution. Robot Revolution was April 21st. Yeah.
April 4th. Yeah.
It was April 21st.
That was when it started, and then
we did the show on April 21st. That's when we did.
Yeah, and then it ended in June.
Yeah. So there you go. It's been roughly 6 months since you had Rose Doctor appear after Regeneration, but they didn't say she was introducing what's her name? Shit, I just forgot it.
Billy Piper.
Billy Piper, thank you. It didn't say introducing Billy Piper as the Doctor. It didn't say that. It just said introduce it and just said Billy Piper and Billy Piper. So we don't know, and because there is the whole history of Bad Wolf and the TARDIS and this and that, we don't know what that is there. We don't know if that's the Doctor. And we don't want it to be the Doctor either. So what are we doing? Where are we? This show has been in limbo before during this particular era, but not like this. Because remember, when it went into limbo after, when you knew we were going from Dr. Whammon's, Jodie Whittaker. I'm having trouble with names all of a sudden tonight. Jodie Whittaker, we knew that they were choosing somebody, and they left it till after Tennant, because the Tennant thing was like, okay, it's Tennant. We didn't know it was going to be Ncuti Gatwa until a little bit later. Now there's zero signs because, very simply put, Russell T Davies has no plan, never had a plan except to lecture us on anything, except to make it as gay as fucking possible.
You know, Jed, we asked, I think you asked the question last week, what is the better product, this or Doctor Who? And we I think me and you at least said this. Mm-hmm. This was the better product compared to Ncuti Who. I think I'm changing my thing now. I legitimately am, because there's nothing here. I thought they were at least going to have a retarded story, a retarded plot, something that's very bare
A setup
minimum,
for
but
something? A setup?
yes, just something to work with.
Nothing
It
there?
just sprawled out on the floor and died slowly.
I don't even want to say it was ever
Like-
died. I don't think
like-
it was there to begin with.
Like a fish twitching on the boat.
I think all they did was say, hey, here's something, throw it together, whatever the fuck it is. Oh, anti-pollution, go.
Humans
Is
bad.
there
I
a
don't know if I
story?
could say
No.
that Shooty Who is better than this, but they're pretty equivalent now for me. I thought this was
Listen,
slightly better, but no.
We had more fun ripping on Shooty Who than this. We've been bored for 3
We did.
weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I'm saying I think Shooty Who is better, there's at least substance there if it's not like shit. I'm not even trying to say it's good at any means, but there's plot, kind of.
It's just
There's
shitty
a
plot.
story. There's a thing
There's
there.
an occasional almost okay episode like Boom.
Yeah, you Boom, or fuck, what was the episode when they were in the sing along, whatever the fuck it was.
Interstellar Song Contest.
Oh god, I can't believe that's also the name of it. But yes, you get episodes like that where I thought there was something there. I can't believe I'm about to say this. I had some hope for this show that there would be something substantive.
Oh, I didn't have any hope for this.
And at the end of the day, all I got was what is equivalent to a Magic Carp dinner, which in Pokemon is essentially there's no meat there and you don't eat it.
Well, they did no marketing for this. There was no
This thing was
marketing.
out.
It's not even
They-
airing on Disney till next year.
They're picking it up
yeah.
at the beginning of the year and probably just throwing it on there and saying we're done.
Oh, it'll be dumped
I'm not
on in the
even
middle
sure
of the
if
night.
that's gonna happen. I don't have faith that they'll actually put it on because Disney has proven that they're more than willing to abandon content. Like
Willow.
There's a certain
Mhm.
point where they're just, I know we sunk a bunch of money into it, but erase it from existence.
They've also removed other things recently too. I've heard that there's other things they're just wiping out off the
Rumors
Plus.
rumored that Marvel Ironheart
Ironheart.
2 might,
Yeah,
but I don't know if that's
think
been
those have
confirmed.
corroborated. No.
Yeah, no, those
It
have not been
wouldn't
corroborated.
surprise me.
Yeah. So here we are, the state of Doctor Who. We don't know. All we do know is that it is dead. There's zero excitement. Nobody cares that Billy Piper might be the Doctor. No.
I'm curious what these numbers are.
Go.
I can show you them to you in just a moment here, but at this point, I don't even think we have a guarantee the Christmas special will happen. I still call into doubt its existence. So that shot of Kate on the beach screaming could be the last shot of Doctor Who we get for years to come.
Do we even call this Doctor Who then?
I
What
don't
we just
think
saw.
so.
It's not in the title. It's not Doctor Who: The War Between the Land and the Sea, but I
Yeah.
don't think Torchwood did that either. So.
But I mean,
Fair.
this entire instance could be erased as not having happened.
I mean, the only characters that really translate into other canon Doctor Who would end up being Kate and Wheelchair Bitch.
But
They'll
that's-
just say, you know
Wheelchair
what?
Bitch is only current Who. She didn't exist before 10 and 14.
Well, I mean, I'm saying if they keep going on with this and they can just act like this never happened, Wheelchair Bitch, Kate, and we could just say that, hey, Pakistani dude's out on a mission.
You could take Doctor Who out of this and make no difference whatsoever. This isn't a Die Hard removing Christmas argument. This is legitimately you remove the one reference to the Doctor that Kate and the wheelchair lady make, and it's not Doctor.
The Doctor has no
There's like-
influence on this at all.
There's
There's
like
none.
three mentions of the Doctor throughout the entire show. I think twice from Barkley, once from Kate.
It's not like the Sea Devils mention him either. The Sea
Well, and
Devils.
these aren't the Sea Devils.
Yeah.
And they're not called the Sea Devils. They don't look like the
Yeah.
Sea Devils. It's completely unconnected from everything we've had
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
Even UNIT. UNIT's not that special of a name. Originally, it was the United Nations Intelligence Task Force. Now it's the
Mm-hmm.
Unified Intelligence Task Force because the UN got mad at Doctor Who. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Like, who cares?
That's why New Who, when UNIT came back into New Who, they called themselves the Unified Intelligence Task Force because
Mm.
the UN yelled at them.
Listen,
Well-
I hate the UN, but that's actually kind of funny.
Well, here's the
It is
thing,
kinda
though. what all this episode did was neuter Unit, because I mean, during Shooty Who, Unit at least showed a little bit of competency here and there, little bit, like capable of moving and acting. And yeah, they got embarrassed by what's his name, who ended up
Toy Maker.
no, the dude who seduced Big Tits.
I know who you're talking about. The
Yeah.
guy who
Oh
was in,
yeah,
Little Mermaid.
Conrad.
Conrad, thank you, Conrad. I mean, yeah, he made them look stupid, but they still functioned. They were still capable of being of moving as a organization and doing stuff. In this thing, they're in a back room talking into somebody's ear.
Who rarely listens.
Were they actually a successful thing? Because again, they ended up having also the Harbinger lady, come in the previous
Guys,
season.
They have a skyscraper with guns on it.
Oh, don't remind me about any of that.
All right, I take it back. I take it back.
My two biggest disappointments about the war between the land and the sea are A, not having the sex scene where it troons out the fish. That would have been hilarious. You keep talking about that. Yeah. And my personal one that I really wish happened was wheelchair lady gets into a fight. Her little wheelchair, a hood comes over and becomes a little baby submarine, and she just like goes through the water shooting with rockets.
I doubt either of you are gonna know this reference, but in Codename Kids Next Door, they fight a lady in a wheelchair and it becomes a robot.
Oh, I watched Codename Kid Next Door. I watched that.
I kind of want the robot. When they had the three grandparents merge into Robo mode. I think that would be funny.
I take it back. Unit's been a disaster the entire past few years. They've been a disaster. I take it back.
Remember their super hacker alien that's done nothing and died?
Where is the robot?
Yeah.
Robot alien thing. That's an ant? I think it's an ant.
It got destroyed, I thought, in the Ronnie finale.
No, he came back. Remember, he was in the box. And then at the end, he busts out of the box, even though he was there.
Where was Unit? They were never at Unit during this. They were in side rooms and here and there. Of course, budget didn't allow. That's the reality. Budget didn't allow. Now, listen, this thing's a disaster. We're closing the book on it. Doctor Who's a mess. Let's look at the numbers.
All right. So, like I said earlier, our predictions last week for the remaining episodes have to be thrown out because we just fundamentally were misinformed and didn't look it up. It is our fault, mainly my fault, because I was the one telling you guys all of this. So, I do take responsibility for that. So, those predictions are out the window. The numbers as they stand now for overnight figures. 2.82 for the first episode, 2.05 for episode 2, 2.45 for episode 3, 1.7 for episode 4, and 1.79 for episode 5.
That's not an improvement.
Not really. It's still better than most of Shooty Who.
Yeah. But it's flatlined. It's still flatlined.
It's just like our predictions were that it was going to end up doing bad, but that's still not good.
No. I think we would have been right if it had a full series run, 12 episodes or something. It would have dropped below 1 million. But since it was the finale, of course it's going to come up a teeny bit.
But I think only people in the UK knew it was a finale, and we didn't know until we turned it on.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people actually knew it was.
That's 90,000 people.
Yeah, I don't really know how many people actually thought it was going to be the finale. Like, was it actually being advertised as the finale?
Was there any advertisement?
Advertised, period. Yeah.
There's no advertisement.
So if other people were under the impression that there was going to be 8 episodes, maybe that's why they didn't tune in. They were waiting till it was going to be able to maybe be binged or watch more. And now we look at it, it's like, what the fuck did we even get? Because even if that's the season finale numbers, when you compare that to even Shooty Who, those season finale numbers are decent for Shooty Who. We're not talking big numbers here.
They're still disgustingly terrible.
Yes. But like, I think it was off the top of my head, wasn't it the season finale for the last season? Didn't that hit 2 million?
I'm actually pulling those up right now.
I think it hit 2 million, if not got close to 2 million.
Okay, so this is Shooty season 2. We have here, it started at 2 million and came just above 2 million. Yes.
Yeah, so even when you take a look over at what we're dealing with now, I don't think people knew that it was the season finale.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's not as big of a jump as that. It was only 90,000 people. This is 700,000 people.
R.I.P. R.I.P.
We also have the consolidated numbers for the first few episodes as well. The consolidated numbers for the first 2 episodes were 4.3 million for episode 1 and 3.57 for episode 2.
And what were the consolidated for the original again?
I'll switch back to it in a second. Episode
Okay.
1 was the 7th most watched program of the week and the 14th most watched individual episode of the week across all channels.
Yeah, I can give episode 1 the win. Okay, I can give it the win.
That's not a win. 7th and 14th. That's actually
Listen,
fucking
the
terrible.
reason why
We're talking about, is there competition? I guess there was some competition.
Mhm.
the reason why I'm giving it the win is because there was no 4s throughout most of Shooty Who. I think throughout any of Shooty Who on the consolidated numbers. And this is what I was wanting to look at is like you go by the 4 screens, right? Because I keep getting told either way. That's why I just look at both of them.
It's fine to go either way. This is the more accurate number. This
Mhm.
includes people who watch on their tablets, their cell phones, their laptops. So this is the complete number. This is just the TV number. So it's better to use this number.
So then the 7 plus 4, essentially, even in consolidated viewership, it beat out, it looks like every episode of Shooty Who.
And I still say it's because of morbid curiosity, and it was something to turn on.
I
Premiere
don't disagree.
beat everything. And if we look at his previous season, the Christmas update, how did Joy to the World do?
Joy to the World. Oh God. No, Joy to the World.
5.9. So
Christmas that's Christmas special attraction, right?
They
there.
ain't gonna be beating that shit though.
So, War Between the Land and the Sea, episode 1 with 4.3 million views is the highest consolidated, barring the 2 Christmas specials, of the entire Shooty Gatwa run.
And
So,
it's
yes,
not
War
because
Between
people
the
were
Land and the Sea
interested.
did better than Shooty Who.
And it's not because it was an appointment television event. It was, I think, because morbid curiosity. There's nothing else on.
People wanted to see a train wreck.
I have a theory, though.
All right.
That
shoot.
applies to more normies in the UK versus Doctor Who fans.
Okay.
The marketing, the trailers for this did not mention Doctor Who. If you go back and watch the actual
there's a good
trailers
point.
for it, it didn't mention Doctor Who at all. So I think these people were just curious about, hey, new ocean show. This kind of looks interesting. What is this? And the fact that it was disconnected from Doctor Who in its marketing.
You
led
don't
them
need
to be
homework.
Interested.
You don't need
Yeah,
homework
didn't
for
need
this.
homework. They're just like, yeah, I'll check this out, see what it is. And then after episode 1, you started to figure out, wait a second, they mentioned the Doctor. Is this set in Doctor Who? I think the fact that it didn't bear any marketing from Doctor Who, any trademark for it, it actually helped the show. That would be my normie opinion. The Doctor Who brand has been so poisoned that normies will avoid it in the UK. That's just my opinion.
Legitimate question, and I'm not trying to like cause any sort of chaos here. Has anybody else in our like greater sphere been talking about this show?
God,
Disparu.
Disparu has?
Yes. He did full on reviews. He did full on reviews.
I didn't even know because like I don't know who's actually watching this. Like I have no idea who's talking about this. I have no idea who's actually watching it, who's interacting with it. And to this notion that, hey, maybe it is just like, hey, they separated it out from the Doctor Who attachment at all. I think you might be onto something as well, because I don't think other people would have ever talked about this.
You have to have known. And right now, let's be honest, nobody really cares that we're talking about this. We're doing this out of due diligence is what we're doing. Honestly, we're doing this because we're keeping up our records and our commentary, so that, yes, we can say yes, we covered all of this shit. Other than that, we didn't even care. And listen, like I said before, at least when we covered Shooty Who, our reactions to it, our complete breakdowns, that was entertaining for audiences. We got a few laughs out of ourselves. This was just 5 episodes of I am so bored. I mean,
watched it
listen,
at 1.5 speed. I was looking at how
I
long it
watched
was.
Shooty Who at regular speed because I can watch it, and I was reviewing it. I watched this at 1.33 speed because 1.5 I couldn't understand what they were saying because their accents. 1.33, and it was still too long. I could not imagine watching this at normal speed for
I'm
45
curious about
minutes.
something. I want to look at our Doctor Who, like our Doctor Who cares. Like, how long did they last?
What do
We
you mean?
averaged about an hour and a half.
Oh, yeah,
on
we
the
broke an
first
hour
three
each time.
episodes.
I mean, we should have
We
honestly ended
barely
10
did
minutes
that
ago.
on the first 2 episodes of War Between
Yeah.
the Land and Sea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
we
mean-
were hour and a half on some. We had two. Oh no, that was last week. We were doing like a lot of numbers. No, that wasn't last week that we did 2 hours. I don't remember when that one was, but we were like talking long periods of time for all this, and like right
And-
now we're just pretty much dilly dallying
Yeah.
and talking about everything else but the show.
Yeah. I
Because
mean,
there's nothing to talk
we
about.
had to-
It's a non-entity.
I had to pad this at the end with the state of Doctor Who for the
Mhm.
past 20 minutes.
Well, because half of the episode is Barkley taking off his clothes to cry in the water. That happens like 4 or 5 times, whether or not that's in the swimming pool or in the ocean. That's
And
half
then
the
the-
fucking episode.
And then the "We Can Be Heroes" song, which
Yeah, they
I
actually
just
came around to
skipped
that. Remember, I said that the general
They
should have said "We can be
butchered.
heroes" for just one day, and now here's the song. And I thought they were saying we could be queers instead of queens. I had to
it
turn on
means
the
same
subtitles.
thing.
I know, but
Okay,
I had to turn this up. I was like, oh no, oh it's the song. Oh, they're finally singing the song.
one more thing before we end this all up.
Yeah.
Am I the only one that thought it was kind of fucking weird when the whole like water containment unit was about to break? Everybody's rushing out because they're like, it's a serious thing. And then Kate and them, they all just gently walk out like, oh my God, what's happening? And then the reporter comes in as the thing's breaking. Everybody's panicking.
Yeah, it's weird.
Like
Tell them
everybody's
who
rushing
won.
out. And then you have this
And
discussion with
there's
Kate
no
and
way-
wheelchair bitch.
The way they ushered Barkley out at the last second, there's no way they beat that water when it broke.
No.
No. They had Kate and wheelchair bitch were having a nice little lovely conversation about the doctor while other people were running away when that thing's supposed to break open any minute.
Yeah, and
For
that's
any
a
second.
wooden door. It's going to break under the pressure. It's not going to
Yeah.
save them. They got to get out of the building. That's why this whole setup never made fucking sense.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing you always talk about, Adam, that we haven't mentioned yet is the passage of time in this
Oh,
episode,
yeah.
and the show as a whole is fucking awful. Can any of you tell me how much time?
A few weeks?
This episode, yeah, maybe a few weeks. What about the whole show?
I would say a month and maybe 2 months because remember it took them time to. It took them a few weeks to build the diplomatic fish tank, and then they had to build the submersible and stuff like that.
I'm willing to. This had to have been months because you can't build stuff like that in that amount of time, like just a month or so.
Well, if it was
That takes
months,
time.
then they did a shit ass job of showing people changing over that amount of time. Everybody looked
That's
the same.
what I mean.
Because even to make the Watergate and everything like that, that was brand
And
new. They've never done that
there
before. And they were like, "This is all."
There had to
experimental.
be time because they cleaned up all the garbage out of London.
They did.
And I don't know what happened to the Titanic.
With Kate's kind of dark turn, she could have been the perfect character to show the passage of time, showing her become more and more beleaguered, her eyes more and more sunken. But she looks the same. She just psychotically screams at the end.
Yeah.
But even
So-
him transforming into a fish, they didn't have visual cues unless you zoomed in and saw a little red mark on his neck.
I didn't. I mean, I thought he was turning into a fish mainly because of just stupid little.
Oh,
points,
it was.
like he didn't
Listen,
get affected, and then
I
he
knew
was
it-
talking about how he only feels good underwater. It's like
just because it was blatantly fucking obvious that's what they wanted to do with this guy. It's not. I didn't even see any of the cues. I just thought, oh, they're gonna turn this guy into a fish, just because that's the only
Obviously.
thing RTD could fucking do at this point.
still don't know why, other than fish STDs, maybe fish AIDS.
RTD needs to retire. This is
Yeah.
shameful. So much so that even the stands are turning against it. As
Good.
I've told you guys when Shooty Who was coming out, my feed, whenever Doctor Who comes out, is just full of stands praising it to hell and back. Right now, all those same stands are attacking War Between the Land and Sea and retroactively saying, yeah, it was all bad actually too. Even Mr. Cordis said Russell T Davies is no longer the hero that we thought he was. Instead of asking what's this great next episode he's going to do, we're asking ourselves, can he make a good episode?
Well,
welcome to the team, Mr.
Yeah.
Cordis.
we've been asking that for 3 years now. been asking that
Motherfucker
for 3
freaks
years.
out at everybody else and calls everybody else grifters and liars.
Hypocrite.
We've been sitting here just saying it the entire time that it's not good.
Hypocrite. Complete
They're all
hypocrite.
turning against it, which is beautiful to see. We see this every fucking time.
Mhm.
When it comes out, it's the greatest thing ever. They attach their personalities to it. Then the Dory effect takes over and they forget about it weeks later. And then a year, some odd time later, they realize, hey, maybe it was always bad. We've been consistent. Who do you
Yeah.
think's the more reasonable person? The one who's consistent in their opinions, or the people who waffle based on
Dermy.
what's seemingly possible?
Dermy, how many times in our comments did we get lunatics?
A lot.
Yeah.
How many times, Adam and Jed, actually, I'll ask you, how many times did I say I liked certain aspects of the show and like disagreed with you on stuff like that?
A handful.
Still said it wasn't great,
A
but
handful, yeah.
I was being honest.
There
with
was
my
a couple
thoughts.
times we praised it, like boom.
I never praised it. I never praised it.
You
I
were a
was
hater.
I
You're
was a
about-
hater the whole time.
But like,
I was consistent.
even though we knew that the show was bad, we at least gave it props where we thought props were due, or credit, and everything like that. We said what we would like about it, and we could have gone down different paths or anything like that.
Mhm.
These guys just constantly told you it was great, it was great, it was great.
And
We
you're
said, no, it's
you're
not good.
homophobic if you hate it.
Yeah.
And you're racist.
Racist, homophobic, all the things, and now I'm just sitting there over like, yeah, well,
Whatever. Well, it
suck my dick.
feels good to
We
be
were
right.
right.
Feels good to be right. And we're right to end this now. We're gonna shut this down.
We
We're
fucked
done.
around to get it to an hour.
Just about.
I can go jerk off.
I'm gonna pull the plug right now just because you said that. Anyway, yeah. So thank you everybody for joining us with Doctor Who Cares reviews. We'll literally be back in a year. This time next year, we'll be back if the Christmas special shows up. Santa hats and everything, because it'll be that time of year.
I'll finally have a Santa hat.
Good job, buddy. Good job.
I might actually pick one up tomorrow.
And just wear it for the last couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have my Santa Christmas background.
That's okay, buddy. You're trying, and that's what matters, pal.
I'm doing the bare minimum.
Yeah, and sometimes that's good enough.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway,
RTD could try that.
All right, so we are done.
Show.
Thank you, everybody across all the channels. Since this is the final one, let's pimp our stuff. Let's pimp our stuff, Jed.
Perfect. Well, if you guys want to check out endlessfrontierbooks.com for the next week, we're going to be running a 50% off sale on all products. So the Brighton Pacification is now available for 50% off a single $1. So check that out if you want to see a prequel short story to my book universe that will be coming over the next course of the next couple years for the channel. Endless Frontiers on YouTube. I'm going to be going live sometime tomorrow to play some Spider-Man 2018. Having a great time with that. And then Christmas Day at 2 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be doing a gaming stream. The poll that's currently in the community tab of my YouTube channel has Arkham Asylum currently winning to play on Christmas. So it'll most likely be Arkham Asylum. It's got a handy lead, but we'll hold off until the last minute to see what actually wins. And nothing on Friday besides Ballbusters, of course. And this Saturday, for those of you who weren't aware, I did my Right to Flight podcast earlier today where I tried out a new segment called the Story Forge Chat Choose Your Own Adventure, where I use dice rolls and super chats to craft the basic outline of a story. And once the story was crafted, we had a great time doing it, writing it together with the chat. We got enough super chats to create a second stream where I will actually write out the short story that the chat helped me create. And my wife, Dr. Rachel, will do some exclusive artwork for it.
Nice.
So this Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern, taking the Saturday night drive-in slot, we're going to be streaming that, simulcasting on my channel and hers while I write out the story we created. And if, Super Chats hit a threshold on that, I'll actually get it professionally voice acted by people like Fear the fucking Beardo. So tune in for stuff like that. After all that, whether or not we do the audiobook or just the short story, they'll be available for members to read, and the artwork will be available to members as well. So check out Endless Frontiers for that coming up this week.
Yes. That's what we call audience involvement. That's what we like to do around here. We like to involve the audience in what we do. Have fun
We
doing
had
that.
so much fun earlier today crafting the story. It's just to pimp it a little bit.
Mm.
The story that chat made me write is a lonely werewolf in outer space finds a sexy naked vampire chick in a crash ship with a
Of
ball gag as a muzzle.
course.
Wait, was
And-
Kel in your chat?
No, this is mostly Fear the Beardo
Oh,
doing the. And
wait.
he rescues-
So, oh, wait. Hold on. I'm sorry to interrupt. So, Beardo has helped craft a story that he's gonna possibly voice act about a horny
Possibly.
werewolf.
I mean, there's not any sex in it. It was specifically a sci-fi story, not a romance
Okay.
story. So
Okay.
they don't
Okay.
get together at the end. I don't
Okay.
mind spoiling because we talked about it
Can
in
I
the
just-
stream. So he decides to rescue her. She runs away then as he's camping out because this is the first time he's been on a planet in decades. He's been hiding out in space so he doesn't turn into a werewolf and kill people. So he's just enjoying the open air. Mutant hog monsters that Beardo came up with attack, and the vampire rescues him, but he gets injured. So he goes through the lunar cycle, transforms into a werewolf, and she's able to contain him and not get hurt. So they decide to live there as mutually beneficial companions. It's like, hey, I can live on a planet with someone who can help take care of me, who I can't hurt because she's an immortal vampire. And that's how it kind of ends on that happy note.
That's wild.
But yeah, the ball gag, that was the wild item that the story started with. And as soon as Beardo's like, hey, add in a vampire chick, it made sense to make it her fang muzzle.
Mm.
Is Beardo a furry?
That's a question you're gonna have to ask him yourself, I think.
I think so.
Mm-hmm. I'm not getting involved in this at all like that. I'm not.
Listen, he's still second best at Pokemon. It is what it is.
We're going to do this again at Rider Flight next Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern. The Story Forge Chat Choose Your Own Adventure segment will be back for the last half of that stream, and we can craft anything the chat wants. I have dice rolls, but the chat can override every single dice roll and make me do anything whatsoever. There are no rules. Even erotica is one of the genres. It's just to be.
It's gonna happen. You know it's going
gonna
to happen
at some point.
It'll
I
happen.
think it'll be funny, but
It'll happen.
yeah,
That's
It'll happen
kick-ass,
when-
dude.
It will happen when Kel's definitely in your chat. The weird.
yeah, I got to get him
Lol,
over to
dolls.
mine. I don't know if I've ever seen him in my chat.
He's-
You,
Slightly.
you know what? You could try that. You could try
Yeah. Yeah. Kel. Well, he did give me a decent movie last week, but he finds like Kratos, he finds the weirdest shit for me to watch, just to break me a little bit, just to break me. All right, Dermy, what you up to?
Well, honestly, mainly just playing games right now. It's Christmas season.
Mm.
Nobody's really talking about stuff. Even when it comes to like the dumb re stuff and things like that, there's not a whole lot there. I mean, I could laugh at freaking Hassan, but I could do that any time of the week. So I think I'm just going to keep playing through Pokemon, getting further in that, and once and again showing my dominance and what I'm actually good at in life.
We're gonna have to settle this someday. We're going to have to,
It is going to have to happen.
some way, shape, or
Beardo-
form.
And Beardo will have to just admit that I am the superior.
And then Dre will kick both your asses.
Well, 100%, yeah.
As for me, we got 2 more days of Christmas themed Double D's Daily Dive tomorrow and Wednesday. You can go to my post tab on the channel page and vote if I'm going to stream a game on Christmas Day. No specific time because my schedule on Christmas Day has changed due to some Christmas Eve stuff. So I don't know when, but right now there's a slight lead, only a few votes. And if we do go, we will be playing Dragon Quest III 2D HD remake because I love Dragon Quest and I'm excited to. I never beat the original Dragon Warrior 3, which was what it was when it was on NES. Funny story is I had that game. It wasn't originally mine. I rented it from one of my local Krogers when they rented games for like a hot minute. And one day I decided while I was in high school just to not return it. I said, I'm not going to return this. And nobody cared. So I had it for a while. Never actually beat it though, because then my Nintendo, my original Nintendo from 1985 finally died. It finally bricked. It was no longer useful. So I kind of never beat it. So it'll be fun to get into this because I remember it up to a certain point, but it's a remake. There's a lot of different stuff in there. So it should be fun. And then eventually we'll get into 1 and 2. So it's going to be a whole thing. It's the next round of single player streaming games we got. Tomorrow, though, on Daily Dive, I will be for chat, maybe watchers reviews. I will be talking about the Star Wars Holiday Special. It's awful. It's awful. And I love Star Wars, and it has real Star Wars people in it. I don't think George was involved in this at all. It's nonsense. It's lumpy and itchy.
Because I want to cause a little bit of chaos. Would you believe that Yellow Flash said it was one of the best Christmas things?
No.
out there?
No. Oh, and it's not Christmas. It's Life Day, so it's not really Christmas. It's Life Day.
He said it's in the S class of
Well,
Christmas
Yellow
That's
Flash
just
is drunk
rage
half
bait.
he's drunk half the time now, so I don't care what he says. So no, it is terrible. It's terrible. The only person, I mean, Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher look normal. Mark Hamill looks really weird as looking there. They gave him a really weird haircut for it.
His makeup is
the-
awful.
The prosthetics for the not, because they just put Peter Mayhew in his regular Chewbacca suit that they still had from Star Wars. So, but the ones they made for his family look awful and terrible and cheap, and they just intersplice clips, scenes from A New Hope in there, and that's it. They got James Earl Jones to do a little extra voiceover work, and then of course they have stars of the day. B. Arthur's in it. All kinds of stars from the day appear as characters, and of course, you can't compare it to actual lore because there was no actual lore yet. So we're not even going to bother with that tomorrow. But it's ridiculous. And of course, then the famous Boba Fett cartoon premiered during that. So it's awful. We're doing that tomorrow. Then on Wednesday, I will be contrasting the Muppet Christmas Carol with my favorite adaptation, the Patrick Stewart Christmas Carol. I'll be doing that on Wednesday on Christmas Eve. Other than that, then we'll be back on Friday with more good stuff, Ball Busters, and buddy, we're gonna have a good time on Ball Busters on Friday, aren't we?
Oh, you're gonna love it. We're
We're gonna have a great time.
I'm gonna sing more songs and replace you in them.
Because I only have to be merry and grinchy to people for another day and a half now.
I feel like I should stream with you on Christmas just to milk it. As much as I can.
Well, I'm taking Christmas Eve off unless something really requires my attention. So
I feel like I should stream with you on Christmas just to milk this for every last.
Buddy, I cherish my time with you.
I know you do.
I know you. Yeah.
Now more than ever, especially after Friday when I say
And-
Adam, baby.
Keep digging the hole.
There's
Keep
no
digging the
money in
hole.
it on this one.
Yeah. Don't give it away for free.
No money in it. You slut, don't give it away for free.
I didn't
There's
say
no money
slut.
in
I
it.
just said don't give it away for free. Calling you a slut would be an insult. I'm not allowed to do that.
I'm a whore. Get it right.
Anyway, and as Jed said, there's no driving this weekend and there's no roundtable this weekend, but we start fresh with the new year next week. Fun and games are going to happen again. So thank you, everybody, for joining us for whatever the hell this was tonight. It was just, we were obligated to do this. Let's just say that. We were obligated. But thank you, everybody. We appreciate your support. Hit those like buttons, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you throughout the rest of the week because we're all streaming. We're streaming. So we'll see you throughout this week. Everybody, if we don't see you until then, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bye.
Bye.